It's now time to head back to school. We know how most kids feel about it this time of year, but what about their parents? Are they satisfied with the quality of education their children are receiving? And is there a presidential candidate they can think will turn it around? Frank, we've got some folks here from all over the area. We got Democrats, Republicans, independents, people who don't vote. Let's talk education.
How many of you are satisfied with the education that your kids are receiving right now? Raise your hands if you're satisfied. 1, 2, 2 people. Who's dissatisfied? Almost all of you. What are you dissatisfied about?
I think the classrooms are overcrowded. And I think one teacher cannot give all the attention to every child. I think we need smaller classrooms and take some of the disruptive kids out of those classrooms and put them in a different classroom.
So that means your taxes are going to go up. You okay with that?
Not necessarily, but I would still I would accept it if we had better education. It's going for a good purpose.
What are you dissatisfied with?
I hate the idea. I hate Common Core. I hate the idea of all children being taught how to take tests. I think that that's really undermining what education should be all about.
Who here's got an issue with teachers' unions? What's the problem with teachers' unions?
Tenure. They have job security.
What's the problem with teachers' unions?
Bad teachers are not weaved out. They keep their job.
Do we have any teachers in this room? One teacher. Defend yourself.
Well, the teacher can only do what the teacher can do. There are certain individuals, just like in any industry, that are going to sort of just do what they have to do to get by. But I believe the large majority of teachers do try and do the best, considering time constraints and all the unbelievable pressures that we face with curriculum changes and all the agendas that are.
Albert?
Do you send your kids to a public or private school?
I send my child to a private school.
And you're a teacher?
Yes.
So what's wrong with the public schools?
Well, I mean, aside from it's a parochial school, so the religious aspect is important to me, which isn't offered anymore in public schools. I just feel the quality of education, the rigor, the standards, the accountability on the student themselves is a little bit more instilled in a private school as opposed to a public school where...
But you pay for it. Doesn't it make you angry that you're putting all this money to the public schools? And
Absolutely. I mean, it makes you angry because the money is there, and I think parents are willing to pay the money. You said, Steve, that taxes are going to go up. I don't believe taxes have to go up. I think the money needs to be spent in a more economic way.
Right,
the money's there.
They need a different business model.
They need a business model, right? The thing about unions is they're a protected class.
We're building robots for the kids. They got young kids. They got to do math. They got to do English. There's no ingenuity, so they're being locked in with this Common Core stuff. And the teachers, they're getting frustrated. So I can see that side too of it.
I also agree that education starts at home. Even though we have to work and do what we have to do, you still have to...
Aren't you a single mom?
Yes, I'm a single mom.
So how do you do it?
I have to make time. On the weekends, I have to make time with my kids to reinforce what they're being taught.
Yeah. If you had a choice, would you send your kids to a private school if there was no cost, or keep them in the public school? Who would send them to the private school or the charter school or the magnet school?
If this is not just an endorsement of what's wrong with education, but one of our participants, kids, come here, really quick. I'm going to take you over here.
Oh, we brought in some kids. Come on in.
Because this is what it's all about. Timothy, these are your children. And I got one question for you to wrap up this segment. Are they going to have a better quality of life when they get to be your age than you have right now?
I think it's going to be very, very hard for them. I don't think so. I think we've made a system that's been burdened by debt, and I think we have an education system that's not serving them well. So I fear that. I'm an optimist, but I fear that, yeah.
Okay. Folks, thank you very much for taking part in the focus group today, talking about education. Round of applause for Frank Luntz.
These guys.
Thank you very much.